I always taught my kids, you've got to do what you love. If you're not doing what you love, you're going to be unhappy. If you're doing what you love, it's not a job, and the rewards will come.
You know, it was interesting. I remember meeting Larry my very first day at Weiss because he was the man at the time. I mean, he had correctly called the top in 2000 and the ongoing bear market, which was still in full force at the time. And so, I mean, everybody looked up to him, looked up to Larry with just awe and respect, you know.
Well, initially, I was hired by Larry Edelson back in 2002.
And I still remember Larry. He was always quick and short to the point. I wrote up a recommendation, submitted it to him to see if, get his crits for it. Came back with an F-. And that hurts when you see that, right? But that was the one thing about Larry, is he liked to teach people more than anything. So it wasn't necessarily to put you down or anything like that. Then he would tell you why. But yeah, he was certainly someone like that.
Hi there, back in the...
Larry was a devout studier of markets, of history, of studying war cycles, boom and bust economy around the globe for 5,000 years, all kind of worked in. And that's applied into the artificial intelligence wave model that we use every day for intermediate and longer term market direction.
Larry spent his very long part of his career, the majority of his career, Larry spent on the study of cycles and researching historical precedents for what happens. Mark Twain once said that history never repeats, but it rhymes. And Larry definitely believed in that, as do I. He was a student of history, just like I was.
I'll tell you, what's really special and exciting about the Edelson Institute is Larry's brilliance into all the research, the cycle modeling work that he's done, the artificial intelligence models, and his war cycle.
He kind of wondered, why would you keep doing this? Why don't you stay with your family, or do whatever? But he said no, part of what he drove him was always learning and studying different things. So he was constantly thinking about the next thing, no matter what it was.
He called Enron when every analyst on Wall Street was bullish about the stock. So he purchases all these stock certificates and has them framed. I've got one hanging on my office wall to this day. I can remember him handing them out to all of the people at Weiss and saying, this is a reminder to always do your own homework and never trust what the management or the Wall Street analysts tell you. And that's always stuck with me to this day. Actually, the team as a whole is just amazing because you kind of think of it like a good baseball team, right? That can hit for power, has great pitching, and also plays good defense. You get all the tools, as they say. So with our team, obviously I spent a long time learning, from Larry, working with him for over 15 years. For David Dukevich, he's been here a long time. First started at Weiss Research back in 2001, just a little bit before me, as a matter of fact.
Dave Dukevich is a chartered financial analyst, and there's only like 120,000 in the entire world that hold that distinction.
But the great strength that Dave brings to the table is fundamental analysis. I mean, if you want a guy who can tear apart a balance sheet in like 10 seconds and tell you, what are the hidden strengths and weaknesses of a gold company, how's their debt, their cash flow situation look, are they gonna, be able to lower costs, or are they gonna end up seeing their costs go up? Dave's the guy for that. John Isaacson, same thing, but different skill set. He's, again, got deep experience. He started originally here at Weiss back in 2002 as well. He's a technical analyst. In fact, he's a chartered market technician, or CMT, which is sort of the CFA equivalent of somebody who reads charts all day.
But John really takes it to another level. I mean, he's got, I don't know when you were at his house, did he pull out like his Fibonacci ruler and stuff like that? Like, he's got total geek things that computers do now, but he still can manually do it.
A lot of the pitchfork analysis we do to set support and resistance levels and upside price targets and stop loss points, John contributes tremendously to all that.
Mike Bernick, great leader, He's a wealth of experience in all kinds of asset classes.
Mike trades probably in his personal account more than anyone else in the office. So, I mean, he follows the markets just like the rest of us do, constantly looking at things.
Another unique ability, I think, of Mike is his ability to really simplify pure catalyst and communicating ideas. So we have the research meetings in depth, beating up the tires on different investments or trading ideas. And he can really kind of boil that down and communicate it in a simple, succinct kind of manner.
When you mix it all together, it's just a great team. We can pretty much do it all. Hit for power, play good defense, steal bases, and we got strong pitching. Actually, we got a nice condolence card in here. Please accept my condolences upon the loss of your friend and mentor, and please pass them along to his young family and your entire staff at Weiss Research. Yeah, Larry was one of a kind. He'll be sorely missed, but it's nice to know many of his loyal readers thought so much to stop and send us an email of condolences, or in this case, an actual letter. He was well loved, one of a kind guy.
Yeah, a little like choked up. I'm like, Larry, I think that I appreciate your honesty. You're a true one-of-a-kind guy. I admire your conviction and your study into the markets. I've learned a lot from you, and I thank you.
I'd say thank you for all the time you spent tutoring us, and we're going to carry on your work and carry on your legacy.
I would say thank you more than anything. I mean, he's really helped my career, helped my learning more than probably anyone in the industry. He's been a mentor more than anything, and he was wonderful to work with. I mean, as much as, telling you stories about how he'd give you some pretty harsh critique on your things, I think what he loved to do was help people and explain why he doesn't agree with you. But, he can be a little harsh at times, but I think that was all part of who he was.
I'd like to do more as I get older, enjoy more things. But the markets are pretty demanding. It's hard for me to find time to pursue other hobbies. I guess at some point in the future I'll be able to.